I present you The Elephant Man by Tim Vickery. The story begins when Dr. Frederick Thrift walked in front one shop near the London hospital and see one interesting picture. Then he come into the shop, but the owner said that the shop is closed. The owner is Simon Silcock. When he gave 12 pence to Simon Silcock, so Simon gave Dr. Thrift to see Joseph Merrick, that we know as Elephant Man. When he see Joseph Merrick, he felt sad. He know lots of accidents, but he never seen this worst thing before. The miracle is his left hand was like a woman's hand. The fingers were long and beautiful. Dr. Frederick Thrift tried to think the ways how to help Merrick and take him to the hospital. It's a little bit difficult because of his condition. People were afraid when see Merrick because he's so ugly. Then he find a way how to take Merrick to the hospital. He will call a cab to take Merrick to the hospital early in the morning. It's a little bit difficult for Merrick to get into the cab, but the gentle postman helped him to get in. In the cab, Merrick asked Dr. Thrift who is he. Then Dr. Thrift gave him his card and Merrick put it in his trousers. He did not talk too much at the hospital, and when I done check him, I sent him back to the shop. After he sent Merrick to the shop again, he did not see Merrick for 2 years until one day the policeman found him and sent it to the London hospital. The policeman said that they found Dr. Thrift's card, that's why they sent him here. Actually, they cannot place him at the hospital because the place is so limited. So the director of the hospital make a letter and send it to the Times newspapers. We hope everyone will donate to make room for Merrick. After the story about Merrick take place in the newspaper, all people that read the Times give a donate to help Merrick. After 1 week, they have collected 15,000 euros and they give Merrick 2 rooms at the hospital for the rest of his life. One day, a new nurse came and they did not tell them about Merrick. They told the nurse to send food to Merrick's room. When she entered the room, she screamed and dropped the food and ran out from the room because she was afraid to see Merrick. Actually, he did not feel angry to the nurse because he knew the nurse was new and he liked the nurse and they all kind to him. But sometimes he felt sad when he see his mother's picture and the tears ran out of his eyes. Dr. Thrift really want Merrick to talk to someone, especially women. So one day, one of Dr. Thrift's friends come and he told about Merrick, and she want to see Merrick. When she meets Merrick, she gives him a big smile. This was the first time Merrick met someone that want to talk to him, and the woman was his second friend after Dr. Thrift. At first, Merrick feels shy, but in the long run, he feels comfortable and talk a lot about food that he have read before. One wonderful day, a very important person came to visit him. Dr. Thrift told Merrick that he has an important guest today, and Merrick feels excited to hear that. The guest was Queen Alexandra, Queen of England. The Queen told everything that she read about Merrick in the newspaper. Merrick was so happy to hear that. Before the Queen left, Merrick told all about the book that he has read, and the Queen gave him a book and red flowers. The Queen often visited him at hospital. When the Christmas came, the Queen sent him a card with her beautiful picture. Merrick cried when he read the card and he put the card by the back of his room. After Christmas, he wanted to go to the theater, but it's difficult to take him to the theater. But a kind lady helped them. She brought them tickets and used the back door to come in the theater. Nobody sees them and Merrick feels happy. He liked the theater and tells the story again and again to Dr. Thrift. They come to the theater with 3 nurses to make sure nobody sees them. Then, one day, Merrick asked Dr. Thrift that he wants to see the country. Dr. Thrift said it's difficult, but again someone helped them to solve the problem. She has a small house in the country and Merrick could stay for summer in there. Mary stayed there for 6 weeks and Dr. Thrift go back to London. Every week, Mary will send a letter to Dr. Thrift to tell him what he do in here. He was so happy in here because the place was so beautiful and peaceful. At the end of the summer, he came back to London. He was very well and his skin looked much better too. He talked a lot about the country, but he was happy to see his friend and his books again too. 6 months later, Dr. Thrift found Mary dead in the bed. At first, Dr. Thrift thought he was asleep, but when he talked to Mary, he did not move. Then Dr. Mary noticed that the color of his skin was blue and he knew Mary is dead. Dr. Thrift felt that the main reason for his death was when he tries to sleep like normal person like you and me. That night, he tried to sleep on his back, but his heavy head came off the bed and broke his neck. After his death, the director of the hospital wrote again to the Times newspaper and told them about Mary's death. The money that they gave to Mary still have balance and they will use it for the hospital.